Alright guys, it's Andre here again, and we're going to be talking about switch statements. So just like we talked about with if statements, else statements, and if else statements, there are different ways of making decisions and branching into different code paths in JavaScript and other programming languages as well. So a switch statement is a very easy way of choosing different code paths based off of the value that you put into the switch statement. And what do I mean by that? Well, in our example, we have an example which will create a new JavaScript date object, and this date object represents the current day. It's created for the current moment. So this date object, we can extract other information from it, such as the day. And today.getDay, this call right here that I have inside of our switch statement, will return a number between 0 and 6, where 0 is Sunday and 6 is Saturday. So it has each of the different days of the week that it returns, and it gives us a corresponding index for the day of the week. Now, if we really wanted to take that a step further and return some text which says today is a Sunday, today is a Monday, Tuesday, etc., we need to do something with a switch statement to choose what appropriate text to show for the index that we get from today.getDay. And this is where switch statements will come in handy. So if we look at the switch statement that I have here in my console, it's pretty simple. You have the word switch, which is the keyword for a switch statement. Then you have a parentheses. And this parentheses contains the input parameters that we wish to be checking against. The switch statement then has an open and close curly braces, as you can see at the top and the bottom. And then we have a bunch of different cases that we wish to check against inside of our switch statement. So based off of the input that we get in the switch statement, each of the cases will get executed. So if I have case 0, if I have today.getDay and it returns 0, then it will execute the code inside of case 0, which basically says to assign day of the week equal to Sunday. And then after that code is done, there is a break statement. I haven't talked about a break statement yet, but what it does is it says, get me out of this current scope that we are executing and continue on executing the other code that we have. So what it's going to do is it's going to take us right outside of the switch statement and continue on to execute today is a plus day of the week, the console.log statement that we have at the bottom here. So whenever we run this code, we're going to see the following. Today is a Wednesday, and it's going to give us today.getDay is going to return 3, and then it's going to execute this. So it'll be case 3, day of the week is equal to Wednesday. It's going to run that code, and then it's going to break, and then we're going to print out today is a Wednesday. So let's go ahead and run this in the console and see it happen. Today is a Wednesday. Great. So now there is one more thing that I haven't talked about yet, and that is the default case. The default case is a case in a switch statement which is run when none of the cases are applicable. So if I were to put in a number that is more than the numbers of the days of the week or a negative number, then the default case would get executed. So let's go ahead and do a default case. If I add a default right here, what happens is it will now allow me to run some code saying, hey, this is not a valid day of the week. Let me fix my indentation real quick. And then we can do console.log. Not a valid day of the week. And then we're going to do a break statement as well to get us out of the default case. So one thing that I'm going to have to also do here is I need to assign a value to day of the week. So I'm going to say day of the week equals not found. So we're gonna see the following. If I were to change from today.getDay up here to a number like 8 or even 4, I mean, I only chose to show you days of the week from Sunday through Wednesday because it's what actually fits in the window. So if I chose 4 or another number that isn't actually in those cases that it's going to catch, then the default case will get executed. So let's go ahead and give this a whirl and see what happens. I'm going to clear my console and then I'm going to click run. So it says not a valid day of the week, which is the console.log statement that we have right here. and then the value of day of the week is printed out here at the bottom. Great. So now you guys have a nice overview of how switch statements work and how the default case works. Hopefully you can now use these to handle different times when you have lots of cases and you don't want to actually have it to go and check each and every one. So if we were to be using like if-else statements, it would be checking every single one of those cases until it finally gets to the one that it wants. Rather than here where we just say switch, put in our input, and then immediately go execute that case. And also, we don't have to really care about the order in which we write these cases. You know, I could have case 1, 2, 3. I could switch the order up as much as I want, and it's not really going to matter. Like, I can just put this up here somewhere. It doesn't matter. The computer does not care. It will simply just check these and see if it has one of these guys in those cases, and the outcome of my code is still entirely the same. So there's a nice overview of switch statements. I hope you guys have learned how they work, and we're going to continue on with some more really cool stuff shortly.